Hey there, thank you for joining me on my morning walk. I'm Yuande, and we're talking about a lot of things that has to do with the things of the mind and life in general. Good morning, beautiful people. I had an awesome night. I hope you did too. It's a beautiful morning out here, man. Beautiful morning. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't want to do that. Beautiful morning, guys. Welcome to walk with me again this morning. I had a blast yesterday night, so don't mind the energy. I woke up with this energy. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful scenery. I'm running away from water. Anyway, good morning. I've had something come to my mind over the course of the week, and I want to talk about using the 4 elements to achieve cleansing. Alright, so today we'll be talking about using the 4 elements to cleanse. Okay, there are actually 5 elements, but 4 is important. That's, it's enough to live a good life. It's enough to live a healthy life. Alright, so we have water, we have air, we have earth, we have fire, and then there's space. Okay, space is only important if you want to explore mystical connections, mystical things about this life. That's what space is about. Alright, but the most important thing is the water, the earth, the air, and the fire. Alright, so for the water, our body contains 72% of water. So this water, this body is just like a water bottle. 72% of our body is water, 12% is earth, and the air contains 6%, and fire contains 4%. Okay, so for the water, it is important that we have an understanding of what water is. Okay, water is like a living thing too. All right, it listens, and it can be a poison sometimes, but its real function is to give life. Okay, so albeit we have to, especially the water we take into our body, all right, it is important that we know how to take it. 1, let water calm, let it cool down. Okay, if you're taking water from the tap and you're drinking it, or you want to drink it, let it cool down for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you can make it 20 minutes, fine, but preferably put water in a bottle or a jug, something. Let it lie still, for a while. The reason for this is because when you pour water into a cup, the molecules at that time, they are hard. They get hard, and water needs to readjust to its natural state after it's been poured. Okay, so that's why back in the days, if you go to the village, our parents have, apart from the fact that they don't have water rushing from the tap or something back then, but they have it in drums, in clay pots, and usually the ones that they use, they take drinking water from, it's actually in a cool environment. Okay, cool place. It's not in the sun. All right, it's in the cool environment, cool place, and so it helps. It re-energizes when they take it, and it's a source of healing as well. So water can heal or cure ailments. No wonder they were living long back then. You have to actually ask some questions and come to some awareness about why things were done in a certain way in the past. Let's not think about the shortcomings and say, oh, we have it better now. Sometimes it's just okay to have an understanding of what works and, you know, how to continue with it. Value again coming into play here. All right, so 70% of our body is water. All right, the body of water. Now I'm going to show you the beach. Okay, that's the beach right there. The truth of the matter is that if you enter into water, the reason why I'm saying water is alive, okay, if you enter into water softly, peacefully, it attends to that. All right, it's also soft, it absorbs you in. That means it's easy to, of course, drown if you cannot swim or something, but I'm saying it's peaceful. All right, if you go to a great height, let's say a mountain height or a hilly place, and then you jump into water will not receive you the way you walked into it. Okay, water surface is going to be hard for whoever comes. Okay, for instance, have you ever tried pouring water on your body, all right, gently, and using it to splash? You know how we used to play when we were kids? You just take a bowl of water and then you hit the next person or your sibling with it hard. It slaps. Do you understand? It hurts. That's water. If water is hard, it hurts. It becomes poisonous. It becomes a weapon. All right? But if it's used softly or gently, it gives life. All right, so that's about water. 72% of our body. We have to pay attention to that. And also, when it comes to water therapy, we have to understand that we shouldn't be sipping water. Okay, it's better you take water in a handful of water or a cup full of water at a go. Don't sip water, because the body kind of misinterprets it as you taking it freshly, like you're just taking water, and instead of water to just go into different parts of the body and the body uses it for what it wants to use it for, and discharge the rest as waste, it continues to absorb the water. Okay, so when you are sipping water, your body will be absorbing the water instead of turning it into waste, and it leads to swelling of the brain. Okay, and that can actually cause another defect on its own, so we have to be watchful of that. All right, so let's move to earth. Majorly, when it comes to our body now, is the food we take in. All right, let's try as much as possible to take food that contains 70% of water. All right, the Asian culture understands this. Whatever they eat or they put in their body in terms of food has 70% of water. They always have water in what they eat. Okay, so if you want to replenish or how will I put it now? I can't find the word. If you want to replenish things in your body, you understand, take fruits. Most fruits contain 70% of water. If you want to maintain your health, take vegetables. All right, it helps as well. All right, so that's about earth. So don't take dry things, and try as much as possible to take fresh things. Eat fresh things. For instance, don't go for tinned tomatoes or in place of fresh pepper and fresh tomatoes or onions. Okay, so there's a reason why these things contains water, and we have to make good use of them. All right, so the next one is air. All right, earth contains 12%. Maybe I mentioned that, maybe I didn't, just to buttress that point. The air we breathe in contains 6% of our body. All right, but majority of the air that we use in our body has been there in our lives by God already. All right, so most of our cells contains air in itself already. All right, so the ones we breathe in are just to replenish or sustain the ones in our cells. So when we breathe in air, about 1% of the air we breathe in is oxygen. Okay, air itself, it's like a pipe, all right, through which oxygen survives. I don't know how to put it. The air itself is not what we are using, all right. There are oxygens in the air. Now those oxygens, they transport easily, they transport faster with air or through air, right? So it's just about 1% that comes to us every breath we're taking, right? So when you take in air, just know it's just like a pipe. Like the oxygen is like you're taking in pipe, all right? So the oxygen finds its way to our cells, all right? So air takes 6%, all right? And the fire, this is the particular one that separates us from animals. Okay, when animals see us do things, they can imitate, but we have consciousness in us, and that's because the fire in us mutates or evolves over time. All right, from, let's take for instance, from striking two stones together to make fire, we were able to make turn glass, because we have this ability to be conscious and to be aware. We turned that idea quickly into putting glass in a ray of sun and turning it towards the firewood or whatever we want to make fire on. All right, so that's what separates us: our consciousness, our awareness of our environment, and the ability to make use of these elements around us to make things work for our good. All right, so it's the fire in us, and we actually have to work on the cleansing of this by let me quickly go back to air. The use of air when it comes to cleansing of our body. For instance, me coming to the seaside, to take a walk, breathing in air, fresh air, actually has a way of, awakening the cells in our body. All right, it gives air to our body, it gives that freshness, that breath. That, you understand what I'm saying now? It's it's different from AC, okay, and it's different from circulated air within an environment. Okay, so this is air from the water coming to you, okay. So it is very paramount that you unwind sometimes, and it gives this level of joy and inner peace. Okay, when you take a walk, just take a stroll, take a walk, it helps. All right, so going back to fire. So fire, we have to detoxify. Some things comes to our emotions, comes to our mind. We have to consume the right content. We have to consume the right amount of passion. Or how will I put it? We need passion to survive. Okay, and the fire contains 4% of who we are. Okay, so it starts from the brain. Everything about the brain is electrical in nature to our cells, to the information it gives to our body. Okay, it's just like things are passing through us, currents are passing through us every second. Okay, so everything that comes together within us, our organs, our cells, is electrical in nature, which is synonymous to fire. All right, so fire is crucial, and it starts from our brain. Okay, the work of fire starts from our brain. So whatever we teach our brain to do, whatever your craft is, if your craft is singing, if your craft is engineering, if it's whatever it is, it's what you have trained your brain to do. When you stop doing those things, your brain will now have to start all over to readjust to the new things you want to do or you've started doing. Okay, for instance, you wake up, let's say, this is a critical example now. You wake up like 7 a.m. every morning. Everything about you has readjusted. Okay, your cells within you are readjusted. Even if you don't set an alarm, all of a sudden you realize that after a while you begin to wake up by 7 a.m. on your own. All right, it means your body has adjusted and now understands you're waking up at that time. If you now go again to say, oh, I'm not waking up by 7 again, let me be waking up by 9. All right, your body system is still going to be waking up by 7. You're the one that will now start setting the alarms. Like, okay, wake up by 9, readjust. All right, and then it begins to readjust. So whatever we give to the body, we have to understand that it's purified. Okay, so taking the right content, the right things for your mind, it's important. Your mental health is important. Okay, so don't mess around with that at all. 4% of it is crucial. All right, so for the space, if you don't want to go into mystical things, don't venture into it. All right, those 4 things are enough for you to live a good life. All right, I don't want to be doing so much with talking anymore, so I just want to be dropping the points, and value is crucial. So thank you very much. I hope this has been helpful. Let's use these 4 elements to better our lives. Let's be aware of our environment. Okay, ask yourself inner questions. Why is a particular tree growing in a particular way? Why is this? How does it affect the life that I live? How we actually need those understanding. We need that understanding. We need that knowledge. Okay, so thank you very much for staying tuned with me on Morning Walk, and I am so grateful to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Do have a pleasant and a lovely day. Just know at the back of your mind that you're unique, you're blessed. Believe me, you're blessed. There are things about you that other people around you are praying to God to have. Okay, appreciate every little thing. Appreciate the life you've been given, and appreciate those things you have not paid for. They are very important. All right, thank you very much. And based on everything I've said, everything about life is magic, but it's nothing at all. Okay, so make good use of everything. Count. Bye now.